Hey, it's Justin. Here's a vase that is also a butt. This is the collective local handcrafted goods. We are back in Columbia, Tusculum. I wanted to show you this Carnegie library. This is a building that you could probably get a house. Probably get that cheap. Start your empire. I wanted to show you. Look at this thing. You know, one of the things about Cincinnati is you can buy a church. So that's what I did. I ended up buying a church. But before I did, I was making offers on this Carnegie library. And it's such an extraordinary structure I wanted to show you. And that's another thing. I don't know. These built properties are getting hard to acquire now. But at the time, 10 years ago, I think maybe it was 12 years ago, you know, they were available and they were not that expensive, which was kind of extraordinary. So when you see this building, here it is. You know, it's like, wow, that was, I don't know, it was under $300,000, I think. And, I mean, look at it. It's breathtaking. And, you know, at the time I was in mannequin prototype development. I made pretty good money at it. And I wanted a bigger space to work in, and this was for sale. And it was, at the time, it was an event space. They would rent it out for events, and it's, you know, really an appropriate place for that. I don't think they liked the fact that I was a mannequin prototype developer. I think they thought, oh, this is dirty artist going to be in here making a mess and doing production. And I just thought, well, this is not a factory space. So I think that was part of the problem. Also, I was just bidding. You know, I was trying to get them to reduce the price, and they wouldn't go for it. I think there's two things against me. This adorable daylily, coffee, wine, and beer, deli, bodega. But that was a past life for me where I was. Here's bodacious. It was a past life for me. Well, come on, you're all messed up here. That was a past life where I was doing you know, I was probably one of the last mannequin prototype developers full time in at least traditional sculpture, working with clay, making actual 3D forms, rather than do it digitally the way it's done now. I was probably one of the last people to do it full time, which is not a great honor. It's just you know, it's just one of these weird things about me. When that work went away, I was in a tough spot. My the time girlfriend, now wife, was pregnant, and I suddenly was unemployed, and I didn't know what to do. And I thought, well, I'm in Southern California. Surely I can get work in the entertainment industry, which that didn't work out. And it was a very scary time for me. And my wife was a realtor and wasn't selling much property at the time. But I thought, well, you know, what if we got together and we could make a go at it, and maybe I would fill in some of the blind spots for her, and she would kind of teach me how to be a realtor. And we proceeded in that, and it was very tough. It was very difficult. And it's, you know, it took years, and I thought, well, I was an independent contractor for years, so and I built up my own business and marketed it and promoted it. I said, surely I could get into real estate, and surely it'll work for me, and it'll take a little time, but I'll make it happen. And it took too long, and I ran out of money, and then my wife was selling real estate, but it wasn't really, it was the power dynamic was weird, because, you know, when you start out a relationship and you're making a lot of money and your wife isn't, and then your wife's making a lot of money and you're not, it's, as you can imagine, it didn't do well it didn't help our marriage. So, well, long story short, the marriage fell apart, but things started working for me professionally, and sadly, it kind of, you know, did it ruin the marriage? We probably never should have gotten married in the first place, but there it is. So that's a brief history of my brief history for the last 10 or 12 years, and this building was a part of it. So I just and just thought we should take a look at it today. Anyway, this has been Justin, the Renegade Realtor from Coast West Real Estate. Thanks for watching.